Resident Evil 2. It practically made me piss my pants. It makes me feel helpless and alone. 2 bullets. And the moment I think everything's okay, it takes me by the hair and kicks me in the throat. And I can't stop wanting to talk about it. Greetings everyone, I'm Indovina, and I promise I'm more than just another dude sitting in a chair talking about video games with this collection of stuff behind him. I'm different. Now, Resident Evil has gone through a considerable amount of changes and iterations over the years. I made a long video throwing up about that here. And in an era where we've now seen many different faces of survival horror, I believe that Resident Evil 2, the newest Resident Evil 2 from Capcom, is getting it right where others are not. So I'm here to talk about today what I think Resident Evil 2 gets better than any of the other games in the survival horror genre. Now, first off, this is something that's been done throughout the entire Resident Evil series, but I think is just exceptionally honed in and crafted for Resident Evil 2, is that feeling of giving the player just enough power that makes you feel that you can overcome a situation, but only just a little bit, not quite enough to make you feel like you're this super powerful, unstoppable dude, which means every single time you encounter an enemy, regardless whether they're a zombie or the tyrant, there is this moment of fight or flight. And this is one thing where most modern survival horror games tend to completely lose me. So just to note, games like Amnesia and Outlast, though I think these games are great in their own merits, I have a tough time enjoying them because it is a constant running away game. Those games make me feel so helpless and so scared that I feel almost little to no drive to ever finish them because I just panic and put the controller down and I'm done. Now contrast that with Resident Evil 2 where I do face a zombie, and in most cases my gut reaction is try and run away from it to save my resource.
Oh my god, that's a lot more than I thought there would be.
It's only to be met with another zombie or, God forbid, the tyrants. And in that case, I go into this fight mode and this possibility that I might make it out alive. And it's that kind of moment, whether I live or die, that makes that sense of survival horror so exhilarating. And the next thing I think this Resident Evil does so well, which is exactly a callback to the original one, is the fact that its level design is this sprawling, confusing maze. But with time and patience, you can learn it. It's so deliberate in how it's meant to be designed like a maze with all of these dead ends and hints to passageways that you can unlock later down the line. And because the map is so convoluted and it's confusing and doors are locked and all over the place, I spent time carefully planning my route on where it is I needed to go to make sure I can get there the safest way possible. But even then, you still truly never felt completely safe. But there's always kind of that hope of having an escape plan, a feeling that I never really get when playing other survival horror games. And it's that balance of feeling helpless but still kind of having a grasp on your wit that just makes this game so enjoyable. Now, these are two things that I think Resident Evil 7 slightly graced, but still in Resident Evil 7 particularly, I always felt like I was supposed to be in that fight scenario and the fight or flight type thing, except when you meet or encounter Jack Baker, who is not supposed to be defeatable, similar to the tyrant. But then there's like those black gooey things that you encounter all the time, and like I don't think I ever really ran away from them. I think I fought them every time. That said, Resident Evil 2 succeeds in even making the zombies feel like just enough of a threat that I don't want to deal with it, and that's cool. Now, this might be a far-fetched comparison for some of you, but this whole experience kept making me think about how Nintendo handles Mario games. Every Mario game iterates on the few core principles of design that make a Mario game, while evolving and adapting it with the times. However, it never loses sight of what it is in the first place and what it always was, and that is just a platformer. This Resident Evil 2 remake feels like that, but for the Resident Evil series. And in all honesty, I think it's admirable and cool what Capcom has done in all the different directions it's take the Resident Evil series over the years. But in this era, right now, this feels right, and I hope they keep doing it. Okay, that's it. Thanks for coming by for this Wednesday rant. Again, I'm Indovina. talk about games, but I also talk about being a freelance and video making dude, sometimes equipment, sometimes life. I also have a blog where I talk about games. Just wrote one up about Anthem. So yeah, link in the description and all that stuff. I like Resident Evil 2 a lot. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Till next time, bye.